Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show tonight. We have a guest, returned citizen from incarceration. We want to bring him on the show and allow us, the community, to hear some of the things that he has to say about himself and welcome him back to the Bay Area. We bring on David McGraw, doing a long period of time in prison. We want to welcome you back to society. Welcome back to society.
Thank you, brother.
Right. It's a pleasure having you on the show.
Uh,
Yeah.
Good to be here.
What did you go to prison for?
I went to prison for first degree murder
Okay.
and assault with a deadly weapon.
Okay. How old was you then?
I was 19.
19 years old. So you was just coming out of your teens into adulthood.
Yes.
Okay. And you did your time. What prison did you do your time in?
I started off in Folsom.
Folsom. Okay.
I between old and new Folsom, I was there from 86 until 97.
Okay. So you caught your kids out of San Francisco?
Oakland.
Out of Oakland.
Yeah.
Okay. And you going into prison. You was a young man. You went into a life that you didn't know nothing about.
Absolutely not.
It was a mad world then. You know, in prison.
Indeed.
Yeah. So you had to grow up real fast.
Yes.
real fast in prison. So how many prisons had you been through your incarceration?
Okay. I started off when I left the county jail, October the 1st of 1986. I arrived in in Vacaville, October 1st. I was there until the 16th.
Was Vacaville the reception center then?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
And I left Vacaville October the 16th, and I arrived in Old Folsom. I stayed there approximately 2 weeks and went over to the new facility, which at the time was, they call it New Folsom. They still call it New Folsom right now today. And I opened up C facility in November of 1986.
Okay. Do they call New Folsom on Sacramento State now?
Yeah,
Sac State?
Yeah, something.
Yeah, I think they changed it to
there.
Sacramento State. Yeah. But it's old and new. The new building and the old building.
True.
Yeah. Okay. So you stayed there for a period of time.
Yes, I did. I stayed in New Folsom from November of 86 until January of 88, at which time I went back to Old Folsom.
Okay.
In between a couple of trips to administrative segregation, back over in New Folsom.
Administrative segregation is what?
It's commonly referred to as the whole.
That's the whole. Okay. We just want to get people to understand what we talking about. We talking foreign languages, and then so we want to bring them up on the speed of what we're talking about with certain things. So certain questions that you answer, I'm gonna ask you what that means because the communities they don't know what it means. You know. So that means the whole. That means a jail inside of a jail.
Exactly.
Okay.
Isolation.
Okay. So you stayed there and you went to the hole. How many times you go to the hole, my brother?
I went to the hole 2 times.
Okay. During your entire incarceration?
No, I went to the hole more than twice during my incarceration. While I was at Old Folsom in New Folsom between 1986 and 1997, I went to the hole twice.
Okay. So were you in New Folsom, then you left from New Folsom and you went where after that?
I went to I left Old Folsom in 1993, and it was turned into a level 2.
Okay.
Because the time I was there prior, it was a level 4.
Right.
It was a level 4, which is, the max level. I went back to New Folsom in 1993, and I stayed in New Folsom B Yard, which was a war zone.
Right.
Pretty much. From about June of 93 up until January 1997. I was transferred out after one of the biggest riots in California penal history.
Right.
Occurred, I believe, on September 25th of 1996.
Right. So you was transferred out due to the riot itself?
Yes, only by the grace of God, I didn't participate in the riot. I was in the cell when the when the riot broke out. Actually, I was headed to a meeting with the chief deputy warden. You know who Sue Hubbard is.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. I was preparing for a meeting with her because I was a member of the Men's Advisory Council, and the officer just let me out of my cell, but I hadn't been released from the unit itself when the actual riot broke out.
So by way, you was kind of safe in the building.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and safe in the building. I remember that. Remember that, right? Yeah, I remember it well. But so you left from there, and what prison did you go to then?
In January of 1997, I went to Mule Creek, which is in Amador County,
Right.
for a little 3-year vacation.
Okay, three-year vacation, you say?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What yard were you on?
I was on A yard. It was a level 4 yard,
Level 4 yard. Okay.
but it was what they call a soft level 4
Right.
yard.
Right. Okay.
You know.
Okay. How you stayed there for a period of time? Then, and when you left there, where'd you go?
I left. I stayed in Mule Creek from January '97 up until either March or April of 2000. Then I went, I was southern bound, and I went to Lancaster.
Okay. You went way down south.
Yeah, I went way down
Way
south
down
to Lancaster.
Okay. And you stayed there for a period of time.
Yes, I believe I was there from about April the 6th of 2000 up until May the 14th of 2001,
Okay.
at which time I was transferred back up north to Salinas Valley
Okay.
State Prison.
Okay. That's next door to Solitaire.
Exactly.
Okay,
Next
okay.
door to Old Solitaire.
Right. And you stayed there for how long?
Well, I stayed there from May the 14th of 2001 until September 23rd of 2005,
Okay.
at which time I went to New Delano.
The new Delano. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Another very dangerous level 4 max
Yeah, New
prison.
Delano. That's a ways down.
Yes,
That's ways down.
in Kern County.
Yeah, that's ways down. Yeah. So okay, you stayed there for you was on a level 4 yard.
True.
Okay, and you stayed there for how long?
I stayed there from September 23rd of 2005 up until March the 29th of 2010.
Okay. We're making progress. We're moving on up there. We're moving up 2010. You stayed there, and then you left 2010, and you went where?
Back to Salinas Valley.
Salinas Valley. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And did you parole from Salinas Valley?
No, I did not.
Okay. Well, where'd you go after Salinas Valley?
I left Salinas Valley in January of 2012, and I was transferred to Jamestown,
Way up,
California
way
Conservation
up in the hill. Okay.
Center.
Okay. And you stayed in Jamestown how long?
I stayed there from January of 2012 up until November 27th of 2012.
Okay.
Very short period of time. And I went from January 2012 to November of 2012, I went from a level 4 to a level 3 to a level 2.
Now let me ask you a question. All these moves from prison to prison, could you explain to the viewers why so many moves in these different prisons?
Oh, it's rather complicated. I refer to it as moo, like a herd.
Okay.
Like
So
gathering the cattle.
So in other words, CDC house individuals in prison wherever they have space for them. It's just like cattle in a corral waiting to be slaughtered, sending them to different parts of the slaughter field. So you take from one part of the prison system to the next prison system wherever they have bed space.
True.
And whoever's acting a little bit better than the other one, they'll send you to the other prison to make space available for the person that's not acting as well as you are.
They portray it as that.
Okay.
However, it's been my experience on several occasions that, good behavior is in many cases, not rewarded.
Okay.
I can behave and program and not get any disciplinaries and still get transferred to a facility that's actually further away from home.
So they would more or less put you in a facility where something is happening to kind of put you somewhere where they smooth it out a little bit, more or less. So could you say that?
it the experiences were so varied, and the variables um, you know, it just mattered. It was always situational, but typically you would get a notice in the mail for a classification hearing, and they were going to transfer you to this, that, or the other prison, and the decision, in the overwhelming majority of the cases was already made, and it was based on their need, not ours.
Okay, okay. Now, where did you parole from?
I paroled in November 2000, in November 27th of 2012. I went to a new men's facility called Valley State Prison
Okay,
in Chowchilla,
okay,
and I stayed there from November 27th of 2012 until I actually paroled on February the 10th of 2016.
okay. Now, Valley State, was that a more or less uh, uh, kickback prison? Would you program that?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
it was a program in prison.
okay, okay,
It houses prisoners that have what you call sensitive needs.
okay, 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 okay,
And I determined that I had a sensitive need to get out of prison.
okay, okay, okay. So you was there, and you programmed enough for the Board of Prison to recognize that you was a different person and send you on.
True.
How many times did you go for the Board of Prison term?
I went to the board October 2002. I went back in October 2007. After that, I went 2011. After that, I went in 2014. I went 5 times.
5 times.
Yes.
Okay. And let me ask you this question. Going into the system, we go in as young men. When you go in with some young folks going in with attitudes because you got to be a certain type of way going into a prison system. You just can't go in and just say, well, I'm cool, I ain't gonna do nothing, whatever. You got to go in with a certain type of attitude just to fit in, right? So, in you going into the system, how long did you do in prison before you realized that you had to do something different to get yourself out of prison? How long did that take?
Well, it took the better part of
Because I know you had to.
20 years.
Yeah, I know you had to see something somewhere down the line to say, wait a minute, man, I got to stop doing what I'm doing because if people going home,
Yeah.
and if I don't stop doing what I'm doing, I'm gonna be here and people gonna still be going home.
Well, in 2010, when I was at Delano, still on the main line, which is commonly referred to as the general population, I decided to leave the main line because I didn't see any future for me on the main line, and to avoid trouble, and trouble was equal no parole. I decided, that being family oriented as I am, with grandchildren and parents and friends that want to see me home, I thought the only way that I could have a good chance of parole was to leave the main line.
Okay.
Where the main line activities are pretty much dictated by political factors. And I never really been into politics. I was known as a civilian, and it's kind of difficult to explain, but to avoid trouble and the never-ending cycle of not being able to make individual decisions that benefited me, I decided to leave the main line and give myself a real opportunity to go home.
Okay.
And that took place in 2010.
2010.
Yes.
So it took you 5 years after that to make it outside to free society.
Yes.
Okay. Now in your transition from incarceration, what program did you have to attend? What did you have to do to get out of prison?
Oh, I attended lots and lots of AA meetings, NA meetings, did breaking barriers. I did several cycles of anger management. Um, CGA, which stands for Criminal Gang Members Anonymous. I did a very interesting group called the Epictetus Club. Um, I went to Victim Impact. I did a few cycles of Victims Impact. Um, I did substance abuse, home study. Um,
So you did a number of groups.
Oh yes.
You did a number of groups.
I was involved in groups pretty much from 2010. Actually even earlier than that, from about 2007, all the way to 2016 when I paroled.
Okay. Now, you say you went to board 5 times.
Yes.
Okay. Now, going to board your first board hearing, how did that denial sit in with you? When they told you that we don't find you suitable, we think you should do this, you think you should do this, and come back and see us.
I felt that I knew I needed to do some more time. I knew I wasn't ready to be released. And at the time, the governor pretty much had a no parole party, no parole policy.
That was under Pete Wilson or Gray Davis.
It was 2002, so I believe it was Gray Davis.
Yeah.
Yes. And, he consistently he made it well known that no murderers would be paroled on his watch. So I had no hope. At that time, I couldn't even conceive, I could not picture actually ever getting out.
So at that time, were you working to change your life then? Were you working to better yourself then?
Yes. I wasn't giving it the effort that I should have been. However, I was staying out in trouble. I wasn't getting any write-ups. However, I was still on level 4, which are on lockdown a lot. I took some college courses, some paralegal studies. I took some business courses through correspondence. And pretty much just, tried to stay out of trouble and miss a lot of, constant pitfalls and traps that, one can get caught up in the prison world. I also, I became what is known as I took a tutoring class and was certified as a Lawbach tutor.
Lawbach, now what exactly is that?
Lawbach, I believe, was an individual who developed some curriculum to teach illiterate people pretty much how to read.
Okay. So you was more or less, you was giving back.
Oh yes.
You was giving back.
Yes.
You was teaching people that didn't know how to read to read.
Yes.
So you was giving back.
Yes.
Okay. So you going to board 5 times. The second time you went to board, the commissioners, they might have talked pretty bad to you.
Oh yes. He talked bad to me the first time. Deservedly so, because I was still a level 4. I should have had my points down to a level 3. However, I was still getting in trouble a lot in 2002. When I went the second time, I had just gotten out the hole for a disciplinary infraction that I didn't commit. However, I was, found guilty of a 115, being a serious rule violation. And so when I went to the board, I didn't have a job, a current assignment. I didn't have any parole plans because I didn't have any notion that I would be found suitable. So I stipulated to a 4-year denial back in 2007.
Okay, so you stipulated 4 years now.
Yes.
To prepare yourself to go back.
True. And the stipulation is basically saying that, you know, that I'm not, you know, I'm not ready to, you know, render a free society because I still need, you know, to work on some things. And so that was my say. It was, of course, it was a brief hearing, pretty much just getting on the record that I was stipulating, and I didn't go back until 2014.
Okay.
And in the interim, I waived 2 years to continue to document and make my parole plans.
Okay. Now during that period of time, okay, 2000. You said
2011
2011,
to 2014.
2014, 2014. So 2011, 2014, you worked on yourself.
Absolutely.
You put work in. You put serious work in.
Yes, I did.
Okay. And we want to let people know about serious work. Serious work means that you got to put in work, because you know when you go in front of these commissioners, these commissioners got to either find you suitable for parole to release back to society, or they're going to keep you in a little longer because they feel that you're not suitable for parole.
True.
So certain things you have to do to change yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay. And it seemed like you did that. You made it possible for them to find you suitable.
Yes,
in
I
that last
did.
hearing.
It was some factors involved that that weren't directly related to self-help programs, which the board, as we well know, strongly recommends that one participate in. Change with me really came when a victim's brother forgave me for killing his brother. And
How'd that make you feel? When the
It-
victim brother came to the board hearing and
he
said
didn't come
across,
to the board hearing.
he didn't come to the board hearing.
No,
He
I
said-
actually had an encounter with him in Old Folsom.
Okay, he was in the same prison with you.
Yes, back in
Okay.
1992.
Okay,
And he forgave me. I told him what happened, you know, um, you know, how I ended up, you know, killing his little brother. And after I finished telling him, he hugged me. You know, he hugged me and said, "You killed my baby brother." He said, "But I love you like a brother." And it was very profound. It was very profound because at the time I was still mad at his brother, you know, and he also told me,
at the time that he forgave you, you still mad at his brother.
yeah, I was still angry with him.
Okay.
And his brother said when I was a fugitive from justice, you know, he was looking for me, and he told me when he couldn't find me, you know, that he was thinking about blowing my mother's house up, my parents' house. And it was at that point that I realized, you know, what the ripple effect actually means. Actually, I hadn't even never heard of the term in regards to self-help, but when I realized that other human beings could have been harmed, you know, because of my bad behavior, it was very powerful, and it was, you know, it was really scary feeling, you know, knowing that, you know, people could have died, you know, innocent people could have died because of my, you know, my antisocial behavior, you know.
Well, let me ask you: the commissioners found you suitable for parole, and do you feel that you made the change in your life to be able to come back to the society and take place in it as you are today, and be a successful citizen in society? Do you think that this is something that you brought yourself into, change yourself to be, because you went in front of the board, they found you suitable?
True.
So you find yourself to be an individual to come back into society and be part of this society and contribute to what's going on in society today.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, right.
Personally, I have, in regards to, you know, how I live my life, you know, my intentions when I get up every day, you know, it's about redemption. It's about redemption. Me redeeming myself in the eyes of God, redeeming myself in the eyes of the community, and redeeming myself in the eyes of victims of my crimes, you know, and also my own family, you know, who I victimized as well.
Right. Exactly.
Spiritually, I still attend recovery meetings. My crimes were drug related, so I'm committed to, you know, sobriety. Spiritually, I took my precept vows in 2010, and my precept vows are basically, you know, no killing, no stealing, no false speech, no sexual misconduct, and no harmful intoxicants.
So what you've done, you've created an oath to yourself
True.
what you intend to do for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
Okay, and the rest of your life you intend to give back.
Absolutely.
Give back.
Ultimately, I'm a peace advocate.
Okay, and that's a good thing. That's
Thank
a good
you.
thing. It really is. You know, we need people in society to realize that, you know, people coming home from prison, you know, and I say it on a regular, you know, they went temporarily insane when they committed their crime,
True.
right? And they went into what I call hell, because prison is hell. They went into hell and they did a reality check and they came back, right? They became sane again. They come from insane to sane. And then they got people that's in society, that's been in society all their life, that went crazy, went insane, and they never came back. So the people that went inside the institutions, the prisons, right, and went through the changes of going through these programs on a daily basis, right, and retaining the information that they got from these programs, they came back. They went from insane to sane. So they came back, right? So these people that's incarcerated, have done the time, paid the debts of society, they should have an opportunity to come back to society and do it again, try it again, make it work this time, opposed to somebody that's falling in a revolving door, going in and out, going in and out, going in and out, going in and out, right? People that's got their life taken from them a long period of time, right? And they know that this is over with. You got my life. This is over with. I need to go in there and regroup, get the things that I need to do the metamorphosis and come back into society and be a pillar in my community.
Absolutely.
Give back to the youngsters that's coming up now, because the youngsters, they in trouble. They in serious trouble out there. You know, and the ones that's coming out from doing a long period of time, they become conscious on what need to be done in this society, in these communities, and they come back and put in work. Ask yourself, you back in the community now, you come back to put work in.
Yes.
Right? Because you have a daughter, you know, you have family members that need your assistance.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's what you're back for. See, I say, you know, your higher power, they don't make no mistakes in the thing that's done.
Definitely not.
Right? And everything that's done is done for reasons.
Absolutely.
See, because before you went to prison, see, you could have been wiped out, you could have been killed.
Oh yeah.
But you were spared for a reason.
Yes.
Everything happened for a reason.
Yes.
You was sent from a cesspool to hell, from hell back to society. So now what you gonna do with your life when you get it back?
Ultimately I plan on going to truck driving school.
Okay.
Get me a CDL, commercial truck driving license, and hit the road, man. You know, UPS, FedEx, Amazon, Uber. Might even, you know, go so far as to, you know, drive a old big rig. But definitely we're going to truck driving school. My integration it's been a real struggle for me. I have PTSD.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know.
And what are you doing for that?
I'm in therapy.
Okay.
I see a psychiatrist.
Okay.
I take anti-anxiety medication.
Okay.
I'm I just signed up for a program with the Department of Rehabilitation, and I still go to groups.
Okay.
I still go to self-help groups. I'm part of support groups. I'm part of your group, you know, the support circle, which I really, really like.
Okay.
You know, as a matter of fact, I'm interested in maybe even getting the services of a therapist that's in our group.
Okay.
I'm looking for a new. I'm looking for a new therapist.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
Right. We had one that just graduated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just got his master's.
Just got his master's. Just
Yes.
graduated. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has a beautiful spirit, and you inspire me,
Yeah. Right on. Right
Mr.
on.
James.
Right on.
You know, I remember you. You know, when you first came to prison.
Right.
So
Yeah. Right on. Right on.
you've come a long way, and you've always been you know, an example of a person. You know, in a situation that is just, you know, sometimes can be so, you know, dispiriting and disheartening that, you know, you don't even want to come out the cell, and
Right.
you know, wears you down and wears you out, you know. But you know, I saw you persevere, and I saw you the first full day I got out.
Right.
On February 11th, you just showed up like magic, you know.
Yeah.
And,
Well, we have a saying. We have a saying. I have a saying. I have a saying. Is that if you don't know any better, you can't do no better.
Right.
But when you learn better, you start doing better. If you don't start doing better and you know better, you're insane. You're insane. So that what you went through, those years of incarceration. See, when you went in, you didn't know no better. During your incarceration, you know, you went from the cesspool, which you were in. We were all in the cesspool. The cesspool, everybody know what a cesspool is. Okay, that's always. And then you were sent to hell. You went to the belly of the beast.
True.
And you've seen some of the ugliest, nastiest things it is to see in life, in prison.
Over and
then they did like Job.
again.
They kick you out, like the well, kick you out, send you back to society. And now you have a chance to doing the metamorphosis in society, in your community, and being part of your community, building your community what it should be. So that's what I say. You don't know no better, you can't do no better. When you learn better, you do better, and that's what you do today. You do better because, you know, we get to the point to where we've taken all the medication that it is to take to get well. We didn't take part of the medication. We took all the medication it is to get well. Now you have to help the person that's sick, suffering from a disease they don't believe they have. And we know they have it. So we give them medication so they can take and get well.
Yeah.
So that's the work that you do today. So what are you doing now today?
Well, today I'm today I'm going down to the main library, and I'm going to continue to work on my resume. I'm getting a book, Computers for Dummies.
Okay.
You know, even though I was, you know, going to computer school when I committed my life crimes, you know, I'm going to approach it like I know nothing about computers.
That's right.
And I'm going to get reacclimated to Word and Excel and PowerPoint. And I'm going to take some classes. I'm going to go to some computer labs, you know, and, you know, get ready to get back into the workforce.
That's right.
You know, right now I'm temporarily considered temporarily disabled because of some health problems.
Okay.
But I'm recovering nicely.
Right.
I'm involved in my daughter's life, my mom, my girlfriend, my intendant, my fiance, the love of my life.
Right.
We're gonna get married sometime next year. I have 4 beautiful grandchildren.
Okay.
I just spent the weekend, Sunday with them, and my dad's side of the family. I spent time with his sister and her daughter and my cousins. They threw a barbecue for me last Saturday. I just visited my uncle last night, my dad's sole surviving brother, who's in the Department of the Oakland Rehabilitation Center. He has a broken hip.
Okay.
And so I went and visited him last night.
Okay.
I enjoy service.
Right. There you go.
That I'm you know, that's a passion of mine. You know, as a you know, a spiritual person, You know, I derive great joy, you know, out of helping people.
Right on.
It
That's good.
just, it,
That's good. That's
you
good.
know, it's very gratifying,
That's good.
you know, because kind acts change my life.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, that's good. That's good. We appreciate you coming on the show tonight and talking to the community and allowing the community to hear what you have to say, because it's the voices like yours need to be heard. You know, we have people that say throw them away and leave them gone. You know, that's a false statement. You know, we have to go into whatever assignment that we have to go to, because I call it an assignment. Once you go into prison, you're going into assignment. You got work to do, right? And once you complete the work, you should be allowed to come back out and be part of this world. So you went into the assignment that you were sent in. You did the work, right? They found you suitable. You know, they signed the papers and sent you home. So they found that you was different person than you were when you went to prison.
No doubt
So
about
you
it.
should be able to give the opportunity to come back out and be part of this world. That's why we brought you on the show.
Well,
You know?
thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Right, right.
Kind of nervous and feeling a little
Yeah,
anxious,
that's
but
okay. I'm nervous every time I go in there.
um, you know, it really is a joy to be in free society
Yes.
again. Um, you know, it's a lot going on in today's world, and it's humbling to, you know, represent a peaceful energy, you know, wherever I go, and you know, just be compassionate toward other human beings. You know,
Right on.
be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Right. Well, that's the word. If you're not part of the solution, you're definitely part of the problem. You're part of the problem. They don't want you out here. They want
True.
you out here.
True.
You know. So with that, we want to thank you, David, for coming on to the show this evening, and we want to thank the community and society for watching the show tonight. The show comes on every Saturday night at 7:00. And invite your friend, invite your neighbor to watch the show, and look at us next Saturday, same time, 7:00. And we wish you all a good weekend. Thank you, and good night.